I'd bought for myself the brand new Cicerone guidebook to the Wye Valley Way, written by Ruth Waycott. I bought the book direct from the author. Ruth had given a wonderful talk in Chepstow Library about this glorious long-distance footpath. Ruth mentioned that she'd organised a series of walks, 12 in fact, that would take us from the mountain all the way down to the sea. Crikey, I thought, that's just what I'm doing. Perhaps I should join this walking group. Now this was my first ever walk with the Wye Valley Walkers. Bit of a milestone for me. I was nervous, truth be told. I've always been a bit of a lone rambler, although I've done lots of walks with a great schoolmate too. I'm prone to chatting to my camera about rocks and history and veering off in all sorts of weird and wonderful directions. But now I was joining an organised band of real, live fellow humans. And what a fine bunch they turned out to be. I set off early doors from home and made the long drive north to the meet point at Newbridge-on-Wye. I was first there, as usual. Teacher habits die hard. When the others arrived, greetings were exchanged, boots compared, and soon we were piling into a minibus for the run up valley to Rhyadr, my first group walk. I chatted a lot to a farmer, Jane, and looked forward to walking a few miles with her. This stage, by the way, was the third of 12, marking the 50th birthday of the Wye Valley Way, a celebratory series of walks with a band of fellow wandering spirits. I hoped we'd get along. We had the right boots on after all. Now Rhyadr is the Wye's first proper town from the source, and it still feels to me like a frontier post. Practical and sturdy, a place that keeps the weather on a short leash, and the river itself. And we set off under the steady guidance of Peter and Graham, two splendidly unflappable leaders from the local Ramblers group. The path led us out along meadows and riverside bends to the glorious suspension bridge at Glyn, a wobbly little masterpiece spanning the confluence of the Ellen and the Wye. It was superb.
That is wicked. Absolutely wicked.
On a later occasion, I walked this stage again, this time with Sarah and Alex in the lead and a half dozen fellow Wye Valley Way walkers who'd missed it first time round. We tested Ruth's guidebook to the limit that day, and it passed with flying colours, of course. It was a lovely outing and proof, if any were needed, that this route can charm you twice over. But back to my first group adventure. Coffee at the confluence was nothing short of idyllic. A view so pretty it felt almost unfair. But then came the climb up Craig Alty Bont. Bracken, huffing, puffing, and grand views that reward the legs' complaints. Perched loftily high, hunkered down beneath some craggy rocks, was a hill farm, and we met the farmer. He was a glorious fellow, cheerful and rather envious of us out for a day's walk as he sat high up in his tractor.
Right, are you ready?
Oh, you can make a bit of an effort, that is, please. Do not move it now.
Anyway, we descended to Llanyrtle and picnicked in the chapel grounds. Sandwiches, laughter, and the comforting murmur of a little brook below. Then on again we walked, through the valley, up and over and past the former home of steam pioneer James Watt, before following the Wye's right bank back to Newbridge-on-Wye itself. By the time we reached the cars, I'd stopped feeling like the new boy. I realised how good it is to share the path, to see the landscape through many pairs of eyes and stories. Group walking, it turns out, is rather wonderful. And yes, fellow wanderers, there will be a next video. In the meantime, plenty more to enjoy on my channel, The Ponytailed Pensioner. I've added route maps and parking details below if you fancy walking this stretch yourself. Next time we head from here down to Irwood. Like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy these journeys, and join me next time as our Wye Valley Way adventure continues.
And that, fellow walkers, that's a wrap.